Yield myself such time as I may consume. I support the adoption of these amendments in bloc. This grouping includes many Democratic and Republican amendments, and each, as the chairman has said, has been approved by the majority and the minority for consideration en bloc. Among the amendments in this package is my comprehensive solution to the ever-growing list of safety and security concerns that have resulted from an unwise provision of law adopted in 2012. That law prohibits the Federal Aviation Administration from promulgating any rule or regulation relating to drones flown for hobby or recreational purposes. Let me repeat, any rule or regulation relating to drones flown for hobby or recreational purposes. This was put in at the behest of model aircraft folks who have a long and very responsible history, know the rules of the road and the air, but now there are hundreds of thousands, millions of other people now operating relatively inexpensive drones. Things have changed pretty dramatically in that time period, and we sorely need some reasonable regulations. There are very strong national security concerns expressed by Homeland and Secret Service and others, and they are saying that basically they're going to hold back any rules, anything regarding drones until they can be assured that the operators and the drone can be identified, which the commercial people can easily do. It would be an expense for the recreational manufacturers, so there is a competing amendment that leaves is more conciliatory toward the Chinese drone manufacturers, which a concern I don't have. Sooner or later, one of these little toy drones is going to take down an aircraft, and people are going to die, plain and simple. They've already conducted tests on the hull, and they have found that a small quadcopter can cause fatal damage to aircraft controls, and they haven't even done the ingestion test yet into a jet engine, a turbine engine, where you'll see more uncontained failures like the one we saw last week. So it's critical that we get a handle on this and the proliferation of these with people with little or no experience or knowledge of aviation rules. Countless stakeholders are supporting my version, which would be the commercial drone industry, U.S. airlines and pilots, air traffic controllers, aircraft manufacturers, state and local entities. They've all been asking for modification or repeal of that provision prohibiting the FAA from regulating recreational drone users. Until this is done, our skies will be less safe, and the true potential of the commercial drone industry will never be unlocked because of the security concerns that I already mentioned. My amendment, among other things, grants the FAA the authority to impose standards on recreational users as needed, ensure the safety of our airspace system going forward, including requirements for remotely identifying and tracking drone operators. That first step is critical to protecting sensitive facilities, assets, and addressing the concerns of Homeland and Secret Service and others. So I urge support of this amendment en bloc, and I reserve the balance of my time.
The gentleman reserves. The chair reminds all members during debate